Greetings, esteemed listeners, and a warm welcome to the Study IQ English podcast community. My name is Anya, and I extend my heartfelt happiness at your presence. If this is your inaugural listening experience, allow me to elucidate our daily endeavor on this channel. We present fresh English practice material designed to enhance your speaking, listening, and writing proficiency. Today's episode is particularly suited for those embarking on their English learning journey. Within this segment, you will encounter straightforward and lucid narratives drawn from everyday life. I will articulate my speech at a measured pace to facilitate your comprehension of each word within these accounts. These stories, though imaginative in nature, offer practical insights applicable to real-world scenarios. By dedicating your attention to them, your English listening and writing capabilities will undoubtedly improve. I encourage you to consider noting down the key aspects, or even transcribing the complete story in your personal notebook following your listening. This practice will aid in the assimilation of new vocabulary and sentence structures. Therefore, prepare yourself to listen attentively, and should you find this episode beneficial, kindly express your support for this channel by pressing the like button. Our theme for today revolves around extending assistance to someone in need. Let us commence. In the preceding week, I encountered an individual named Rohan. He resides in a quaint village alongside his spouse and 2 offspring. One day, while en route to the marketplace, Rohan observed a senior gentleman seated near the edge of the road. The man appeared weary and was cradling his foot. Rohan approached him and inquired, "Sir, is everything all right?" The elderly man responded, "I have injured my foot. I experienced a fall this morning, and now I find myself unable to walk properly." Rohan examined his foot, noting its swollen and reddened state. He then said, "Please do not be concerned. I will offer my assistance." Rohan retrieved his mobile device and contacted his acquaintance, Vikram, who possesses a small automobile. Vikram arrived promptly, and together they transported the elderly man to the nearby medical clinic. At the clinic, the attending physician examined the foot and determined it is not fractured, but rest is necessary. Rohan remained with the elderly man until his examination was complete. Subsequently, he procured some sustenance and water for him. The elderly man expressed, "Thank you, my son. Today, you have been like a guardian angel to me." Rohan smiled and replied, "You are most welcome, sir. Were I in your situation, I would also hope for someone to lend a hand." On that day, Rohan did not proceed to the market, yet he experienced a sense of fulfillment. He had aided someone genuinely in need of support. Dear listener, this narrative imparts to us that assisting others need not involve grand or complex actions. Even a small gesture can significantly improve someone's day. Now allow me to share another story. This tale features Priya, who is employed at a bakery. One morning, a customer entered the establishment, displaying evident worry. His name was Mr. Sharma. He mentioned, "Today is my wife's birthday, but I regrettably forgot to order a cake." Priya offered a reassuring smile and said, "Please do not fret. I can certainly assist you." Despite the bakery's bustling atmosphere, Priya swiftly prepared a simple chocolate cake. She adorned it with some cream and inscribed, "Happy Birthday," on its surface. It was not an elaborate cake, yet it possessed a pleasing appearance and a delightful taste. Mr. Sharma appeared profoundly relieved. He exclaimed, "Thank you so much. You have truly saved my day." Priya responded, "It was my pleasure. I'm glad I could be of assistance." These small instances exemplify kindness. When you extend help to another, you too experience a positive feeling. It fosters strong connections, be it with a neighbor, a stranger, or even your spouse. Continue listening, dear friends. More stories are forthcoming. Let us proceed to another narrative. This one centers around a woman named Neha. Neha resides in a large metropolis and is employed in an office setting. One day, while commuting to her workplace, she noticed something unusual. A man was standing outside a bus stop, appearing lost. He held a map and seemed perplexed. Neha approached him and inquired, "Excuse me, do you require assistance?" The man offered a smile and replied, "Yes, I am trying to locate the train station, but I am uncertain of its whereabouts." Neha glanced at his map and indicated the correct direction. "The train station is merely 2 blocks away. Proceed straight, then make a right turn. You cannot miss it." The man looked at her and said, Thank you so much. I would have been completely lost without your help. Neha returned his smile and said, No problem at all. Have a wonderful day. Neha did not know the man, yet assisting him brought her a sense of well-being. Sometimes, a small act of kindness can have a significant impact. Now, I wish to share a story about Karthik. Karthik is an educator. One day he was at a coffee shop awaiting the arrival of a friend. While seated, he observed a young woman sitting alone. She appeared somber and was gazing at her phone. Karthik thought to himself, perhaps I can brighten her spirits. He stood up, walked over and inquired, Excuse me, is everything all right? The woman looked up and responded, No, I am feeling rather down today. I have just lost my job. Karthik took a seat beside her and said, I am truly sorry to hear that. Losing a job is indeed difficult, but please do not despair. You are intelligent, and I am certain you will find a new opportunity soon. The woman offered a slight smile. Thank you. It feels good to speak with someone. Karthik listened attentively, and they engaged in conversation for a while. After a few moments, the woman seemed to feel somewhat better. She thanked Karthik and departed the coffee shop with a smile still gracing her face. Karthik did not alter the course of her life, but he did help her feel a little less burdened that day. In each of these narratives, the individuals did not undertake anything arduous. They merely extended kindness and offered assistance to others in their time of need. And this is something we are all capable of doing, whether it involves guiding someone, listening to a friend, or simply offering a kind word. Now, I will recount an experience I had last month. I was shopping at a local market when I saw a father with his young son. The young boy was carrying a basket filled with vegetables, but it proved too heavy for him. He appeared tired and was struggling to manage its weight. The father noticed this, but instead of simply taking the basket, he suggested, Let us share the load. You carry it for a while, and then I will carry it for the remainder of the way. The boy smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. He carried the basket for a few steps, and then his father took it back. They continued to alternate, and the boy felt strong because he was contributing, even if only for a brief period. This story illustrates how we can share tasks and alleviate burdens for others. Even when we are fatigued or occupied, extending help to those around us can foster a sense of teamwork. It is not always about undertaking monumental actions. Sometimes, the small, simple gestures hold the greatest significance. Let us pause for a moment and reflect on how we can embody kindness in our own lives. You need not engage in anything extraordinary. Simply observe your surroundings, and you may discover someone in need of assistance or someone who merely requires a friendly smile. Stay with me, dear listeners. More stories are on their way. Let us continue with another narrative, something slightly different this time. This one features a man named Sanjay. Sanjay resides in a small neighborhood and works as a delivery driver. He is a genial man, always with a smile, and he knows the majority of the residents in his area. One day, as he was driving along his route, he saw a woman struggling with several heavy shopping bags. She appeared weary and was walking slowly. Without hesitation, Sanjay stopped his vehicle and lowered the window. Hello, do you need some help? He inquired. The woman looked up, surprised. She smiled and responded, Oh, thank you. Yes, I could really use some assistance. These bags are quite heavy, and I am not feeling very well today. Sanjay immediately exited his vehicle, approached her, and began carrying some of the bags. No problem at all. I am happy to help, he said as they walked together towards her residence. Upon reaching her door, the woman thanked him profusely once more. You are so kind. It is rare to encounter people like you. Sanjay smiled and said, It is simply the right thing to do. I am glad I could be of service. The woman's name was Anjali, and following that day, they became friends. Every time Sanjay drove past her house, they would exchange waves. That small act of kindness initiated a new friendship and brightened both of their days. This story serves as a reminder that kindness can originate from anyone, at any time. It does not require much to make a positive impact on someone's life. A simple act of assistance, such as carrying someone's bags or merely offering a smile, can go a long way. And often, when we help others, we also experience a sense of personal fulfillment. I am certain you have experienced a moment when you needed help or when you extended help to someone else. These are the small instances that can truly brighten your day. And today, I encourage you to consider how you can enact this in your own life. Perhaps you will assist a neighbor with their groceries, or perhaps you will simply lend an ear to a friend experiencing a difficult time. Let me share another story. This time, it is about a man named Akash. Akash is employed in a large office building. One morning, he found himself running late for work. He hurried to catch the bus, but upon arriving at the bus stop, he realized he did not have sufficient fare. He had inadvertently left his wallet at home. Akash stood there, frustrated, unsure of what to do. Just then, an elderly woman named Mrs. Verma approached him. She had been waiting at the bus stop and had noticed Akash's worried expression. She smiled at him and inquired, "Are you all right, young man?" Akash explained his predicament. "I have forgotten my wallet at home, and now I do not have enough money for the bus fare. I will have to return home and be late for work." Mrs. Verma pondered for a moment, then reached into her purse and said, "Do not worry. I will provide you with the fare. You can repay me another time." Akash was taken aback. "Oh no, you really do not have to do that." But Mrs. Verma smiled and insisted, "It is no problem at all. I am happy to help." Akash accepted her kindness and promised to repay her soon. As they sat on the bus, they engaged in conversation about their lives. Akash learned that Mrs. Verma was retired and had resided in the city for many years. They shared anecdotes about their families and their leisure activities. When Akash alighted from the bus, he thanked her again and said, "I will certainly repay you as soon as I can." Mrs. Verma waved and said, "No need. Just remember that we assist one another when we are able." Akash felt deeply grateful. That small act of kindness from Mrs. Verma had spared him from a stressful situation. It reminded him that sometimes help can originate from the most unexpected sources. Following that day, Akash made it a practice to assist others whenever the opportunity arose, whether it was holding a door open, offering a seat on the bus, or simply uttering a kind word. Akash discovered that these small acts of kindness not only improved his own sense of well-being, but, more importantly, made others feel good too. Do you recall a time when someone extended help to you, or perhaps when you helped someone else? These seemingly small moments can have a significant impact, and when you assist others, it often leads to a feeling of connection and happiness that remains with you. In fact, kindness possesses a remarkable quality of growth. It is akin to planting a small seed. When you help someone, that individual may feel inspired to assist another, and thus the cycle continues. Imagine if everyone performed one small act of kindness each day. The world would undoubtedly be a much better place, would it not? Now I wish to share another story. This one is a bit different, yet it still centers on the theme of helping others. It concerns a young woman named Kavita. Kavita is employed in a cafe. One afternoon, a man entered and ordered a coffee. He appeared distressed and sat alone, gazing out the window. Kavita noticed him and decided to check on him. She approached his table and inquired, "Is everything all right? You seem as though something is troubling you." The man looked up and offered a weak smile. "Oh, it is nothing. Just having a rough day. I lost my job today." Kavita took a seat for a moment and said, "I am truly sorry to hear that. Losing a job is indeed difficult, but I have faith that you will find something even better." The man nodded. "Thank you. It is just hard to maintain a positive outlook sometimes." Kavita spent a few more minutes in conversation with him. She shared a brief anecdote about a time when she had faced a challenge in her own life. She recounted how she had initially felt lost, but later discovered a new opportunity that brought her greater happiness. As their conversation drew to a close, the man appeared to feel somewhat uplifted. He smiled and said, "Thank you for speaking with me. It truly helped." Kavita returned his smile. "You are most welcome. Please do not lose hope. Things will improve." Sometimes, simply engaging in conversation with someone and offering a few kind words can make a profound difference. You never truly know what burdens another person carries, but a small gesture can lift their spirits and help them feel less isolated. This underscores the importance of being kind and helpful to others, whether it involves offering a ride, giving a compliment, or simply lending an ear. These small gestures can have a significant impact on someone's day, and the most rewarding aspect is that you can practice them every day. As you listen to these stories, I hope you begin to contemplate how you can extend help to others. Perhaps it will be something as simple as holding a door open, or perhaps it will be something more substantial, such as supporting a friend navigating a difficult period. Regardless, small acts of kindness possess the power to transform lives, including your own. Continue listening, dear listeners. More stories await. Let us proceed with another narrative that illustrates the power of small acts of kindness. This one features a man named Deepak. Deepak is a very busy individual. He holds a managerial position at a large corporation and often works extended hours at the office. However, despite his demanding schedule, he consistently endeavors to be kind and assist others whenever he can. One day, Deepak was hurrying to finalize some work at the office. He was typing rapidly on his computer when he heard a knock at the door. Upon opening it, he saw his colleague, Sunita, standing there. She appeared concerned. "Hi Deepak," she said. "I need your assistance. I have been working on this report, but I am stuck. I cannot seem to figure out how to complete it, and the deadline is today." Deepak could discern Sunita's stress. He knew she was a diligent worker, but this particular report seemed to present a significant challenge for her. Despite his own pressing tasks, Deepak decided to take a respite from his work to aid her. "Do not worry, Sunita. Let us review it together," he suggested. Sunita took a seat at his desk, and they began to examine the report. Deepak guided her through a few unclear sections, and soon, Sunita's report was nearing completion. She smiled and expressed, "Thank you so much. I do not know what I would have done without your help." Deepak returned her smile and said, "It was no problem at all. We all require assistance at times. I'm glad I could be of service." By assisting Sunita, Deepak not only eased her burden but also experienced a sense of personal fulfillment. He realized that sometimes, dedicating a small amount of time to helping another can yield significant positive outcomes. Thank you for your continued listening, dear friends. I'm thrilled to share more stories that will contribute to the enhancement of your English language skills. These narratives are designed for ease of comprehension and contain valuable lessons applicable to your own lives. The more you engage with these examples through listening and reflection, the more proficient you will become in English listening and writing. So let us delve into another story. This one features a man named Vikram. Vikram resides in a tranquil town in India. He is a baker and rises very early each day to prepare fresh bread, muffins, and cookies for the residents of his neighborhood. Vikram cherishes his profession because it allows him to witness happy faces daily as people visit his shop. He operates a small bakery, yet it enjoys considerable popularity due to his delectable treats. One morning, Vikram received a telephone call. It was from a woman named Preeti, who was organizing a significant event. She wished to order a large cake for her wedding anniversary. Preeti informed Vikram that she desired a cake that would be both beautiful and special, one that would leave a lasting impression on her guests. Vikram was enthusiastic about the concept and readily agreed to assist her. Over the subsequent days, Vikram dedicated himself to designing the perfect cake for Preeti's special occasion. He thoughtfully considered Preeti's preferences. He decided to create a three-tiered cake, adorned with exquisite floral decorations and a touch of gold leaf on top. He invested hours in its preparation, ensuring that every detail was flawless. Finally, the day of the event arrived. Preeti visited Vikram's bakery to collect the cake. Upon seeing it, her face illuminated with excitement. "This is even more beautiful than I had imagined," she exclaimed. Vikram smiled and said, "I'm delighted you like it. I hope your guests enjoy it as much as I enjoyed creating it." Later that evening, Preeti called Vikram again. The cake had been a resounding success. Everyone had adored it. "Thank you so much for making it so special for us," she said. Vikram was pleased to hear that his diligent effort had been appreciated. Yet he sought no personal accolades. "I am simply happy that you and your guests enjoyed it. That is what truly matters," he replied. This narrative illustrates how dedicating your best efforts and caring deeply about your work can profoundly impact the lives of others. Vikram did not merely bake a cake, he crafted something that would be cherished. He took the time to understand Preeti's vision, and as a result, he created something truly exceptional. Now let us transition to another story. This time, it features a woman named Shreya. Shreya is a teacher at a middle